So I log on to retail the other day for the first time in forever, and I'm getting some footage for my Gurubashi Arena video. I kid you not. I'm waiting in the middle of the arena to get the chest when all of a sudden I get a whisper from this guy, and he says, back in the day, the world of Warcraft was a savage place. It fostered an environment of no survivors. It didn't matter what level you were. If you crossed paths with the other faction, there was no mercy. You were getting struck down at the drop of a hat. Now, most of the time, it was fair game. If you were a lower level character running around in a higher level zone that was contested territory, tough luck. That's just how the world works. But when it got personal was whenever max level characters decided to pay a visit to low level zones, particularly the starting zones, and harass new characters trying to level on the other faction. Oh, it was awesome. You'd be minding your own business, questing in your area, when all of a sudden, Channel 3, the defense channel, starts spamming your chat. The Crossroads is under attack. Then you go back to Crossroads, and all the NPCs are dead. And normally, I didn't mind the questing NPCs to be dead, because I didn't visit them that often anyways, but the one NPC that did hurt was the Flight Master. I mean, if you wanted to measure success of a raid on a lower level zone, if you took down the Flight Master, you won. You had 10 to 20 people ticked off, waiting around, not being able to fly out of the area, and I swear his respawn time was longer than any other NPC's respawn time. But normally, they only took the Flight Master down once, because by the time he'd respawned, someone had already logged off and gotten on one of their alts in Orgrimmar and relayed the information to the city and had reinforcements coming on the way from their own faction. That's how we rolled. Factions were tight back in vanilla. The max level characters had the lower level characters back. Regardless of their social status, they were one of us. When did we lose his personality? And when did the game become a game for babies? Or just soft-natured in general? Now, I'm sure we could pin this on various things, such as faction changes, mounts being decreased from level 40 to 20, the Dungeon Finder, achievements, transmog. Seriously, there's an endless list we could come up with. But I want to take more of a real-life approach. Is this just a matter of the time period we're in and the natural change that's expected over 15 years? You know how your parents talk.
Well, in the good old days, we used to ride our bikes around the neighborhood. We didn't have cell phones. We just came back home for dinner when the sun went down.
As much as it annoys me, I bet it was pretty nice. Yeah, they didn't have cell phones and the internet and all the accessibility we have to information and the capability to contact anyone at our fingertips. All of these things we have are great. They're quality of life improvements. We're more efficient. We can accomplish so much more in today's time than ever before in history. But this doesn't mean that people before the internet had boring lives or anything. Like, I'm sure they had things going on that were just as exciting and more gratifying in ways. Like, take for example, I would love to write love letters and notes to my woman nowadays rather than yeah. How's it going? How's your day? Oh yeah, Mom was good. Sometimes newer's not always better. Imagine how much more gratifying that secret little note is. Or date night at the drive-in movie theater. You didn't have lazy boy sofas and 50 by 60 foot screens and 4K with ultra surround sound. You see how special that experience is? That's how vanilla was. It wasn't convenient. There were no quality of life features implemented into the game. You had to write personal whispers to people in order to get them to join your group. You had to travel together, and you were headed to the drive-in. Not some short and convenient dungeon run, rigged up with loot for everybody, and it was completed in half the time. While everybody was probably kicking back, eating snacks, sipping on some ice-cold movie Coca-Cola. How's that Coca-Cola taste? Is it good? No, it's not good. It's flat. So I log on to retail the other day for the first time in forever, and I'm getting some footage for my Gurubashi Arena video. I kid you not. I'm waiting in the middle of the arena to get the chest when all of a sudden I get a whisper from this guy and he says, "Can I get that? I need it for the achievement." What? If you want it, come and get it. Retail WoW is a cheap, ripped-off version of how it used to be in the old days. It's sad. The vanilla WoW player base doesn't have a game to play anymore. We don't. We don't fit into retail. It's not tailored to our desires as a gamer. Who asks if they can get the Gurabashi Arena chest so that they can get the achievement? Just take the stupid thing. Go for it. What kind of world am I living in? Obviously, the year is 2019, because that never would have happened 15 years ago. Times have changed, boys, and we need to go back in time with Classic and live a simple life again. That's about all I got. Graysfordays.